My name is John Cook. My friends call me Johnny. Today we're using our new bottle cutting machine, and we're going to cut a tequila bottle, a clear tequila bottle. But you can really use any kind of a clear wine bottle to make this chime. Stay tuned to the end. You're going to see really a pretty chime. This really turns out nice. But anyway, to get on with the process, we put the bottle on the wheels, we put the rubber band on it to hold it down. We put the electrical tape on it to connect the bottle to the driver. We make sure it's turning in the right direction using my barbecue grill, the rotisserie motor. We put our safety equipment up, our plexiglass shield, get our gloves on, get our glasses on, make sure the vacuum is turned on so the vacuum can collect the dust and the debris right under the cutting wheel, and we begin the process. I like to hold the bottle during the initial presentation. You make sure that it doesn't move. The last thing you want to do is lose control of the bottle. Anyway, after the bottle bottom is cut, we let it rotate one more full turn, and then that kind of dresses up the end of the bottle. This heavy cart really is a great way to mount this bottle cutter. It is heavy, it's got a place for all your tools, you can put everything away. It's important that you clean up the area when you're done cutting the bottle. Otherwise, you're going to get this debris. It's going to get on your clothes and get on your hands, and you don't want to do that. So we take and we make sure we get it cleaned up, and we get everything put away, and we're ready to take the next step. The sanding platform is waiting for us. It's built right on to the end of the cart. But the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take a little coffee break. I like Death Wish coffee. Death Wish coffee is really great. It's sort of high octane, but we're used to it. We've been drinking Death Wish coffee for more than a year. So it is time for a coffee break. We're going to do that, and we're going to move on to the sanding process. This is my new mug from Death Wish Coffee. I've got several of them. They're really great. Now it's time to get on with the sanding process. And once again, we built the sanding platform on the end of the cart. The cart is nice and heavy, and it really does a good job of supporting it. And remember, the Bauer sander is actually mounted underneath. So it's out of the way, and now here we are sanding the bottom of the bottle, and we're using our special aluminum oxide sanding discs. They really do a good job. You can get those sanding discs on whatsnewjohnny.com. But the process takes maybe a minute or a minute and a half to take and sand a bottle. I can get about 7 or 8 bottles out of a disc, sometimes even more. Heavier bottles, it takes more sanding discs to do heavier bottles. But for these tequila bottles, this is really great. Actually, I think this is a triple sec bottle. But anyway, it's associated with tequila. Sand the bottle until you're satisfied that you've got a finished surface. And then I use a round piece of closet pole, a piece of wood that I wrap with a used disc. And I do that to dress the inside edge of the bottle. The outside you can just hold on there, and you can break that edge so it's not sharp. But the inside takes a little bit more work. It just takes a minute or so. But you need to do a good job. And then it's important that you really inspect the bottle. Make sure that this is something that you want to go forward. Make sure you want to go forward with it. You know, if you get way down the line on the process of making the chime, and you find out there's a chip or a crack in the bottle, that really is a big disappointment. So make sure the bottle is good, and make sure the bottle is ready to go. Now, in the next frame, you're going to see a finished chime. These finished chimes are really great. And this particular one is Mr. Boston. I named it Mr. Boston. It's an Irish theme, and it really looks great. It's perfect for St. Patrick's Day. You can go to What's New Johnny, and you can buy the plans for this machine. It's fairly inexpensive and easy to use. It's easy to build. And you can find the instructions for building this chime. And there's a lot of other projects on there. And you'll want to make sure that you hit subscribe and that you stay tuned, because there's a lot of upcoming projects and you want to make sure that you don't miss them. And next, coming up is the chime wall. And it's very peaceful. It's really great to listen to the chimes. And thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it.